A National City teacher rearrested today, and tonight she is facing more than a dozen felony charges. Thank you for joining us on this Thursday evening. I'm Jacqueline Ma. Jacqueline Ma was taken back into custody after bailing out earlier this week. She is being accused of having an inappropriate relationship with one of her former students. We were the first station to bring you this breaking news during our 4 o'clock show today, and our Kasha Gregorczyk is joining us live outside the jail where she is being held with more. Kasha.
Kathleen, Jacqueline Ma has ended up here at the Las Colinas Detention Center for the second time in just 3 days, and it appears she is being held in medical isolation this evening. She was already facing 6 felony charges from earlier this week, and now there are an additional 14 charges. Award-winning teacher Jacqueline Ma has been arrested a second time this week for alleged sex crimes involving a minor. National City Police say Ma was taken into custody Thursday afternoon after continuing to investigate the initial case against her. The teacher now facing 14 new felony charges, including 2 counts of lewd acts with a child under the age of 14, 7 counts of possession of child pornography, 4 counts of sexual exploitation of a child, and 1 count of dissuading a victim or witness. Monday, National City Police were contacted by a concerned parent who suspected her 13-year-old was having an inappropriate relationship with 34-year-old Ma. By Tuesday morning, police arrested Ma the first time at Lincoln Acres Elementary School in National City, where Ma is a 6th grade teacher. That arrest involved 6 felony charges, including lewd acts with a minor under 14. The former San Diego County Teacher of the Year was initially given a bail of $100,000, which she posted before ending up back in jail Thursday. And currently there is no bail amount listed for Ma. Her arraignment was originally scheduled for March 14th, but after these new charges, it looks that her arraignment is now scheduled for March 13th, so a day earlier. We're live in Santee tonight. Kasha Gregorczyk, Fox 5 News.
All right, sorry about that. So y'all just heard that audio clip right there, that news clip right here, and I am recording this video March 10th, 2023. I just did a video today on the same day, March 10th, 2023, about a woman named Andy Rosenthal. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I forget it. Y'all know exactly what video I'm talking about. I just did it. Where you have this woman who was in Connecticut who was married and was practically stalking and sexually assaulted her 13-year-old student, or a minor, because she worked as a lunch aide. So she was in the school setting. Now you have this woman literally in the same week who got caught messing with a 13-year-old child. She's 34. Now the other woman was 31. So they're in the same age bracket. This woman right here on your screen is 1 year older than me. Depending on when she was born, of course, she might be a few months or maybe a year or more. But either way, she's in the same age bracket as myself. And she's doing the same thing as this other woman did. This woman went and got herself rearrested for tampering. I'm going to just say what it was. She was tampering with the investigation that was already up against her, which is the one that we're talking about now. So this woman literally just got out of jail, and then 2 days later, she got rearrested and put back in jail for messing with the investigation of what landed her there in the first place. And they already have, like they said, they threw 14 additional charges against her on top of what she already has. We need to have a serious discussion about the female predators in society, because too many times they continuously get thrown under the rug and just left there, and don't think that people should address the seriousness behind their actions. And that is exactly why many of them tend to constantly and consistently get away with the crimes in which they commit, because yes, at the end of the day, what they are doing is indeed a crime. No matter how you try to flip it, no matter how many times you try to spin it, no matter how many times you try to rearrange what it is, these a lot of these women out here are some predators. And they do not get called this title. The ones who it fits, of course. What the woman did that I talked about in the previous video and what this woman did, there's really no difference because they're really almost exactly the same age-wise between the two of them and age-wise between their victims. And they try to continuously sweep what they do under the rug. Again, if these were men who did this, we would never hear the end of it. And rightfully so, because this is not me trying to make a claim for men who do this, because they're just as bad. If you cannot, control your urges around minors, number one, you're already a sick individual. Number two, you don't need to be around kids. Now, I don't know what the marital status is of this woman, but at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because married or not, she's still a predator. She's still a sexual deviant. She's still a child molester. Let's call it what it is. And I didn't see anything on here in the article or in the video that she was put down as a sex offender. And I find it interesting too that this woman had got a title of Teacher of the Year, which means she probably would have had gotten this within the last year or before, because it didn't specify when she got that title, when she, got that achievement, which is a great achievement for any teacher to receive, because you not only be recognized by your school, but you can be recognized by the county. This is a county thing. It doesn't say the Teacher of the Year of this school. It says Teacher of the Year for the county and possibly even the state. So, and maybe even in the nation, because I think it's a nation. It can go on to be a nationwide thing too, which is a huge accomplishment. It's a huge award to receive. To find out that this woman that you gave the title of Teacher of the Year to was going around dropping an eagle formation for one of her students, or maybe some, who knows? It may be more than one. It's just that this was the one that we know of. And even some of the charges that this woman got was similar to the ones that the one in Connecticut got. This woman literally is building her own case against her. Hopefully, like the woman in Connecticut, they can find her guilty as well and throw her ass in jail. Ain't no minors there. But it's like, these women, I don't know, is it that bad out here for some of them that they cannot get with someone their own age or someone in their age bracket or someone even of legal age? If you don't want to go with someone older, you can go with someone slightly younger. She's 34, so she can mess with someone who's like, say, 30. Hell, if she wanted to do 25, it is what it is. But this kid she messed with is 13. And remember, I talked about in my video that I did about Andrea Serrano, who was messing around with that minor and got pregnant by him. What his mother said, he's been depressed. You don't know what goes on inside the mental capacity of some of these kids after what happens. A lot of them get depressed. Some might have suicidal thoughts. Some depression and suicidal thoughts actually go to that point where they actually do take that quote unquote leap of faith. And the only one that seemed to sleep well at night is the adult. It's all fun and games until they end up in a situation like Andrea Serrano and you getting pregnant by a 13-year-old boy. Now you have this child who became a father and he hasn't even began to live life yet. Luckily for those boys that these two were messing with, that they didn't get pregnant by them. But again, this needs to be a bigger discussion about the female predators in our society. And how ironic that this is a topic that should be discussed in none other than Women's History Month. That's when these stories are popping up. It's only March 10th. We have 31 days in this month, which means we got 21 more days from the time of me recording this video to go and to see if anything else pops off. I did not expect to have to do back-to-back videos with this being the topic of discussion. Because now it's becoming more, it's starting to become a trend. It's starting to become a pattern. But it's also something that needs to be called out. And it doesn't even matter who the women are demographic wise or race wise, because if it was a black woman, she would get called out too. But what I'm finding is that it's mainly non-black women who are teachers or working in a school setting who are doing this. Even stats are backing this up under the gender category. We know who leads in the male category, but it's even showing there even with women as well. This needs to be addressed. Now, we can tell by this woman's last name, she's of Asian descent. Her name is Jacqueline Ma, M-A. So I wonder, is the AAPI going to call out her behavior or not? If they ain't call it out by now, spoiler alert, they ain't going to do it. But had this Jacqueline Ma been a black woman, they would have been all over it and been quick to say how much of a sexual deviant black women are towards minors. She doesn't need to be a teacher, or black women don't need to be teachers because they can't control their urges around children. I bet you she and that other woman are not going to get that treatment. And we could throw Andrea Serrano in there too, because she covers another category. So we have a woman of Asian descent, we had a PC woman, and a south of the Borderian woman in the last week or so. All sexual deviants with children. Go figure. How about that? And mainstream media is doing their best not to talk about any of them. And I know this because I had to find this stuff out online. I didn't see CNN talk about it. I don't watch Fox News, but they didn't talk about it. No, they didn't talk about it. MSNBC, all these outlets, none of them touched it. And why am I not surprised? Now I got a question for any of my California subscribers, I should say. Did y'all hear about this? Because I don't know where National City is located. I don't know where that's adjacent to. As far as geographical wise, I don't know where National City is located in the city of California, or what major city I would be familiar with that it's located near. So to my California subscribers, can y'all please tell me where National City is? Is it close? Is it Northern California? Is it middle? Is it southern? I don't know. West? East? I don't know. Somebody please let me know. California is a very big state. It takes up a good 70% of the West Coast. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say as it pertains to this right here. I can't wait to see what y'all have to say about this down in the comments.